All right, Home Warriors, this is week 2, B-Day, working on long form number 1. We're going to focus today on the ups and downs. Before we begin, though, let's do a quick review we did last session. So from here, if we go to our formal stance, you're stepping back with an inward block, followed by a forward bow punch. Now you go to your cat stance with an inward block, step back with another inward block, follow with another forward bow punch. You step away from the danger as you turn with your outward block, forward bow punch, step back with your outward block, forward bow punch, and come back up. All right, now Mr. Life, if you take one step towards me, now if you turn around, this would be the direction that you'd be seeing it in. So from here, good formal stance. So if you want to try to follow along, you can. And first move, block and punch. Cat block, block and punch. And again, you step with the right foot, turn with your outward block, punch, step back, block, and punch. Good, and we come back up. Let's just do that for a couple more moments. So again, we'll do it from that position right there. Play a little follow the leader. You get to follow Mr. Lyford and begin. Good, one more time. Same direction. And don't worry, Mr. Lyford will not hit your screen. All right, now from here, Mr. Lyford, could you back up just a little bit more? Get back in that same position, please. And I'm going to actually have you move towards the wall. Now, from here, your right foot takes a small step as you do an outward elbow. Now you put that hand on your belt, and as you turn, you do an upward block, then follow the punch. Let's try that one move again. So get back into position. So again, after you've done your outward block punch, you're going to take a small step with your elbow. That hand goes on your belt. Then you turn with your upward block, fire the punch. One more time. So from now, you step and elbow. Drop your hand, turn and block. Fire the punch. Good, one more time. Okay, going to put the pieces together nice and smooth and go. Now from there, you're going to do a step through. You're going to step backwards. Your right hand will drop briefly and then go right to an upward block. And then you follow with a punch. Good. Go back to that last move. Let's try it again. So again, as you step back, your hand will drop briefly, upward block, then punch. Good. Come back up. Let's try that one more time. Right from there, step back, block, and punch. Good. And come back up. So let's do those two sections that we did today. So from here, you're going to step with your elbow, block punch, step back, block punch. Now the next part, and this is the only part that does it, you're going to actually step towards. So your right foot steps forward with your downward block, then follow with your punch. Good, go back, try that move again. So again, the right foot, the foot in front of you, steps forward as you do your downward block and punch. Good. One more time. Same move. So from here, right foot steps forward with your block and punch. Very good. Now from there, you just step backwards. You drop your downward block and punch. And we come back up. Okay, so let's try that one more time. Okay, so we're in position. From here, you step forward with your downward block and punch. Now the foot in front of you steps backwards as you do a downward block and punch. Good, and we come back up. Okay, so let's kind of do a walkthrough from this very start to what we did today. So good formal stance. Now in this one I'm going to do, I'm going to have Mr. Lyford actually turn to the side. All right, so from there we block and punch. Cat block. And you notice he's always blocked with the hand in front of him. Step back block and punch. Good. Step, turn, outward block, and punch. Step back block, and punch. Now here comes the new part. Little step with an elbow. Drop it down, upward block, and punch. Step back for the other side. Upward block, and punch. Now this is the part where you step forward with your right foot as you downward block and punch. And then step back, downward block, and punch. Good, and we come back up. Again, good formal stance. So now when I say go, you're going to do all the inward blocks and punches. And go. Now all the outward blocks and punches. Go. All the upward blocks and punches. Now remember, there's going to be an elbow added first. And go. And then you finish with the downward blocks and punches and go. And up. All right, so that completes the first half of long form number 1. Now I'm going to have Mr. Lyford do it over and over and over. You have to follow along. Now each time he does it, though, he's going to be facing a different direction. That we get different points of views on that. As he's doing that, I'm going to do our talk for this week. We're talking this cycle about action. We spoke last week about action speaks louder than the words. It's what you do, not so much what you say. And being a martial artist, we always take what they call massive action. We don't just do one thing. We do multiple things. Like if I'm asked to clean the house, I'm not going to clean just one part of the house. I'm going to clean as much as I can. So again, the goal is to take massive action, which will help us accomplish our goals. So instead of just trying one thing, we try a couple things. And what you can do is you can comment or message us, what are some massive actions you can take this week? How can you help your family? How can you work at home? What type of actions can you take during this time? Good. Now if you can do one more, Mr. Leverage, just at a slower pace now. Thank you, Mr. Lyford. And guys, that completes our lesson for today. So next week we'll be going with the third section of long from number 1. So work on what you have so far. Look forward to working with you next week.